I'm glad that, we had met her at this show in Palisade because she had given us her card and we were like, all right, yeah.
So what was it like when you first met Gonzales? Like, what were your thoughts about her?
I was intimidated by
Were you?
her. Yeah, if we're being honest, yeah, completely intimidating because it's like this.
Okay, so you're in Bicycle Annie, and what's next after that?
We had a really good run with that, but it came to the point where I was like, I need to make some money. So I eventually stepped back from the band and had to get a real job for a little while. Yeah. So we had been playing with Gonzales for a little while. She moved out here from California and had been our front woman for the band for a little while, which completely changed our sound. We went from like a 90s cover band to like a 90s and 60s and 70s cover band. Like she took us places we never would have been able to go without her as a singer. Yeah. So that's how I met her. So we already knew each other at this time that like I had to get a real job and stuff. And we had been discussing starting another project. So we started trying to find like a guitar player. We were looking around for one for a little while and, tried someone here and there. And eventually she had met Cooper and auditioned with him. And so once we had Cooper, we found our first drummer for Peach Street Revival, Rob Leibig. And that's how Peach Street Revival happened.
How it was hatched.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad that, we had met her at this show in Palisade because she had given us her card and we were like, all right, yeah.
Had you known anything about her before that? Okay.
No, never. Like she gave us her card that night, and then we met up and kind of talked about like what she was looking for in a group and what our needs were because our front man had left us at that point. He had moved out to California to go be a hotshot weatherman. So yeah.
Weatherman?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he was a great personality.
Yeah.
Like for TV, he was awesome. Yeah, so. She had some big shoes to fill, and she exceeded that.
Stomped on those
by
shoes.
miles. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So what was it like when you first met Gonzales? Like, what were your thoughts about her?
I was intimidated by
Were you?
her. Yeah, if we're being honest, yeah, completely intimidating because it's like this chick. She's like big badass musician from California. Like she's got albums. She's like, and her swag, like the way she dresses, she's like super cool. And I was just like, wow, And I mean, that first rehearsal, we had listened to her music, of course, and then that first rehearsal was just like, all right, like we did some of her original songs as well. I think we did 2 or 3 of her originals and 2 or 3 covers for our first show. So we had this little set, and that's how we came to be Bicycle Annie featuring Gonzales. And like I said, just like her range and her power and everything, like, really expanded what we were able to do as a band that we couldn't have done Jefferson Airplane without her, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it worked out very well.
How did your fans respond to that?
She stole the show.
Really?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, she stole the show easily. Like she is, even in Peach Street Revival, she's like the most powerful front woman that I have ever seen or performed with.
Yeah, agreed. Hands down. Her energy is just radiant. She's a true star.
And it's really inspired, I feel like, the rest of us, me in particular, to really like give it my all because the way she just gives it on stage. Like she puts on a performance, so it's like, well, I don't want to just be standing here. Like,
and you don't though. I mean, I've seen you perform several times, and like I'm like, she's like playing the bass and just like moving around, dancing. I mean, that's skills. But you put on a great performance too, Jordan. So don't sell yourself short.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be without the inspiration that she's given me, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So she joined Bicycle Annie, and then eventually you were like, I need to get a real job. Took a break for a while, and then was Bicycle Annie still performing? Were you still performing with Bicycle Annie at that time?
No, they brought on a couple new bass players. Eventually, Bicycle Annie is now Union of None.
Oh, okay.
With Jeff Steele, Drew Fields, and Peter Rosenthal, and they are just a great group of guys. And they've expanded their stuff too. It's not just 90s anymore. They do some great 80s stuff, some super great modern stuff.
Sorry, do we need to go back?
Yeah. Pause.
We got it on there.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
He's a killer. Okay, so anyways, so Union of None. So they sort of morphed into Union of None. You went out, got a real job, And then at what point, like, were you and Gonzales, were you guys, like, still pretty connected at that point?
Yeah, we
Okay.
worked together for a little while, and then eventually we were just like, man, we need music again.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's when we started looking for some musicians to start this new project. We didn't have a name, or I don't remember exactly when the name came about. I think it was after we had all of the players. We were going through a couple different options, but eventually we settled on Peach Street Revival, you know, like true to our roots, like Peach Street and Palisade is where all the fun stuff happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, we settled on Peach Street Revival just to kind of pay tribute to where we're all currently located.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just evolved from that. Yeah. And you guys do a lot of your own material.
We do now. So when we first started playing, it was a lot of covers just so we could get out there and start building a fan base and performing and making our name known and everything. And we started writing our own originals, and we definitely write a lot more now than we did back in the day, because now we have our set list to fall back on. We can do a 3-hour show, so we have time to really focus on our original material. And we've recorded 1 studio EP so far that was gonna be released as an EP, but is now being released as singles because pandemic.
Right.
You know, so it's kept us busy recording music videos for every single song on the EP. So that is what drove us through the pandemic, when a lot of people were just like stepping back, like we'll get to it when everything's over, and we've seen some people kind of fall off the map that way. So I'm really glad that we all agreed to take this approach, and it kept us busy, it kept the momentum, and it kept me sane.
Yes.
It kept us sane.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys were really grinding. I mean, how many videos have you guys released in the last year?
4.
4. Which is no small thing. I mean, it's not like you guys have this production crew that's coming in and making your videos for you. Like, you guys are doing it from the ground up.
That's another one of Gonzales' hidden talents, is she has filmed and edited our music videos for us. And so without her, we probably wouldn't have all of that. So she's really been the catalyst in making sure that we stay busy and making sure that we have good quality product to put out.
Definitely. Yeah, you guys are crushing it, just doing a great job with all that.
Thank you.